Hello, in this video, I'll show you high-end skin retouching in Photoshop from the start to the very end using this very image. So simply like the video and don't forget to subscribe in case you're watching and you aren't subscribed yet to this channel. So in order to edit this very image, the first step we have to take into consideration is removing the pimples and blemishes of this very image. So just come to the background image right here and simply make a copy from the background image by simply dragging and dropping on the new layer icon. Or you can simply press Ctrl J or you can use Command J on the keyboard to create a copy from the background image. So for removing the blemishes, you're going to be using two tools. The first tool is going to be the spot healing brush tool and also the patch tool. So I want to show you how each of these tools are going to be working as you're trying to remove the pimples and blemishes from the model's skin. So first of all, the spot healing brush tool, make sure for your settings you're going to be using the hardness of about 60%. The mode is normal, and make sure content aware is selected and make sure sample areas is checked in this case. After doing this, the next step is going to be zooming into the image and simply clicking over the pimple or the blemish to eliminate it or get rid of it from the model's skin. So just click over or paint over the pimple, and in that way the pimple is going to be removed or eliminated from the model's skin. And the other tool that we're going to be using to remove the pimples and blemishes from the model's skin, we are going to be using the patch tool. And I want to show you how the patch tool basically is going to be working on the model's skin. So for the patch tool, just come and select the patch tool, and how it basically works, simply draw around the pimple, click and hold down, and you circle around the pimple or the blemish, and you drag that area to a nearby area that is clean. So just move that to a clean area, and in that way the pimple is going to be replaced with clean skin like that. So that is how we have to use the patch tool. So you're basically patching up skin using the patch tool. So I'm just going to use these two tools to remove or clean up the skin, and I'll have to forward this. Hello, welcome back, and now you can see we are done removing the pimples and blemishes, and the next step is going to be creating another copy from this very layer. So simply press Command J or you can use Ctrl J on the keyboard to create an extra copy. So make sure that you have 3 layers right here. So double click on the middle layer and name that to color, and you're going to double click on the topmost layer and you're going to name that to texture, just like this. So after naming these 2 layers, you're just going to come and select the color layer, and after selecting the color layer, simply come to the texture layer and simply turn off the texture layer. With the color layer selected, you're going to come to filter, you're going to come to blur, and you're going to come to Gaussian blur. So take the radial slider all the way down and simply click on an area that has more skin details on the model's skin and blur away those details using the Gaussian blur effect. So just click on this slider and move it forward like that, and stop at that point whereby the textures or the details in the skin are just starting to disappear. So at about 4, that is when I'm just starting to lose out on the skin textures in this very image. I'll simply come and click OK. So after doing that, I'm just going to come to the texture layer, select it and turn it on. Then you're going to come to image, come to apply image, and it's going to open up this apply image window. Under layer, select color layer, channel, select RGB, blending, you're going to select subtract, make sure the scale is 2 and offset 128, and make sure invert is not turned on, and click OK. Change the blend mode from normal and change it all the way down to linear light. Then select both layers, select both the texture and the color layer, and you drag them into a group, and you can rename the group to frequency separation. After you have done this, the next step is going to be blending the skin color or the skin tones of the subject. So simply open up the frequency separation group and come and select the color layer. So with the color layer selected, we are just going to turn off the texture layer. The reason for turning off the texture layer is because we want to blend the skin tone transitions, or we want to blend the colors on the model's skin without having any kind of interference from the textures in this very image. So just come and simply select the mixer brush tool. Under the brushes, select the mixer brush tool. If you can't locate the mixer brush tool under the brushes, you can locate the mixer brush tool below here. So we have selected the mixer brush tool, and for settings, basically, make sure the hardness set to 0%, soft round brush is selected, and make sure clean brush is selected. Then this second option, that is clean brush after each stroke, is selected. The weight is 9%, load set to 75%, the mix is set to 90%, and the flow is set to 100%. So weight 9, load 75, mix 90, flow is 100%. Then after doing that, make sure sample all layers is not turned on or is not checked. So after doing that, we just want to start blending the skin color transitions. So you can increase or reduce on the size of the mixer brush tool by using the open and close square bracket keys on the keyboard to increase or reduce on the size of the mixer brush tool, depending on how big the area you want to blend is. Remember, we are mixing the midtones alone, the highlights alone, and the shadows alone in this very image. So make sure that the size of the mixer brush tool is simply sizable enough to blend a given area. So how to blend? Simply click and hold down, and you move the brush in a given direction. So you have to follow the shape of a given area or how a given area is shaped, because for this step we are trying to blend colors on the model's skin. Blend the midtones alone, the highlights alone, and the shadows alone. And where these colors are transitioning from one color to another, we are basically going to use a very small brush and simply blend where these colors are simply transitioning from one color to another. Don't mind if the image is looking a little bit like an oil painting, because for this kind of extreme cases, we will have to use a slightly low radius for the Gaussian blur. That is why we want to smoothen the skin even more so it can look better and reduce on the amount of textures on the model skin. So you can soon come and return on the texture layer. You can see that we have blended the colors without affecting the skin textures in the image. You can see before, after, before, after. So we have to do this for the rest of the skin. So I'm just going to do this like that and follow the way the face is shaped. That is the direction in which you have to move the mixer brush tool. So I'm just going to do this for every area that has or contains all these uneven colors on the skin, so that we can create a smooth transition between or amongst those colors. So I'm just going to blend like that. I hope you can see how smooth the skin is now getting to be. So follow the way the skin is on the subject's face or body. So I'm just going to reduce on the size. So for the nose, simply get a very small brush and you blend the dark tones on the nose alone, and as well get a very tiny brush and you blend the bright tones on the nose, just like that. And you can see right now the skin is now looking softer and smoother than where we started. So I know sometimes this may look a little bit overdone, but I'll show you a technique that you can use to make it look even more natural and look a little bit more realistic. So I'm just going to blend right there, and not forget some areas just here on the eyebrow, just like that. So I'll basically do this for the rest of the model's skin. So don't forget the neck and other areas regarding the skin tones of the subject. So you can see right now we are done blending the transitions between the skin color or the skin tones. So don't forget some parts of the fingers or the hands. So you can come and turn this on, and you can see the before, after, before, after, before, after. The skin now looks smooth and it looks better than where we initially started. So the other thing is you can simply come to this other layer, the color layer, and simply slightly reduce on the opacity in case the skin looks too smooth and unnatural. So you're just going to go with around 91. You can see the before, after, before, after, before, and after. You can see what we have right now. So for areas that still have pimples and blemishes, you can come to the texture layer and simply make sure it is selected. Come and get the clone stamp tool and make sure for your settings the hardness set to 0, soft round brush is selected, and make sure the mode is set to normal, opacity at 100%, flow at 100%, and make sure the sample is set to current layer, and you can now go ahead and simply clean out or remove these remaining pimples and blemishes. So how do we do this? Simply make sure that the size of the clone stamp tool is slightly bigger than the pimple or the blemish that you want to remove. Then hold down the option key on the keyboard and click on a clean area near the pimple, or alternate for Windows. Option for Mac, option, click on a clean area and simply release the option key on the keyboard and click once again over the pimple to get rid of it. So make sure for the sample it is set to current layer for the most perfect result. So sample and continue painting and eliminate all these remaining and unwanted pimples from the models or from the subject's skin. So this is how you can do high-end skin retouching for such an extreme kind of portrait when it comes to Photoshop. And let's see the overall before and after. This is the image before, after, before, after, before, and after. You can see before and after. So I hope you have enjoyed this very video. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you have been watching and you aren't subscribed to this channel. Ronnix from Ronnixphotography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in yet more videos on this channel. Don't forget to keep practicing and as well keep creating.